Good morning. Happy Saturday. Yes, it's a happy Saturday. Hi, Sophie. All right. I hope everybody's week has been going well. Yeah. It's been a little long week for me, work-wise, just lots going on. But outside of that, I'm still I'm still peeling. So you can't see it because but my ears are peeling, and I have it's peeling here, but sunburn is coming along well, and my knee, however, is still really sore. Like it's still a little black and blue. It's just gonna take some time to heal up, I think. It doesn't really impact walking. I notice it a little bit when I go upstairs. But I really notice it if I put pressure directly onto the front of my knee. I really feel it. But what do we got? Well, I've been playing a combination of Crimson Desert still. I've been playing Windrose, and Windrose is really fun. And what I'm really looking forward to is in 3 days, Monday. It's a Monday release, which is weird, but it's a Monday release. Diablo 4, the expansion, Lord of Hatred. I'm looking forward to that. All right, what else we got? Oh, on Steam, I like this. The Medieval Fest. It's still going on. You still have 2 days left in it, and it's got a lot of good games in it. Well, there's a lot of good games in most of these, but all kinds of cool stuff, right? So. Yeah, there's some good games in here. All right. Outside of that, game news. I don't really have much. What's kind of going on, right? So, I need to, as always, I have the web whiteboard up. So you can come in here, you can draw, you can kind of work with game dev planning, that kind of stuff. But the link for it's pinned, should be pinned. Yep, pinned to the top of chat. And let me find some previous ones, and we'll bring them out so we can start to look at what we got. All right, we'll bring that one out, and I think we'll bring this one out. Previous images with a bunch of stuff on it, right? All right, that's kind of what we started with when we were talking and planning. So it's going well, I think. The game is currently in a closed beta. So I do have a couple people that are testing it out, and I'm adjusting and working on the feedback that they provide. And Jeepin, good morning, Jeepin. Glad you made it to work all right. Did you get excited for that, Sophie? You're like, I heard Jeepin. I got worried for a minute. I was plugging in her camera, right? So Sophie's camera. And all of a sudden, my whole sound thing went out. I lost the mic. I lost my headset. It switched everything over to the external speaker. Easy. It switched it over to the external speaker, and I was like, uh-oh. And then I couldn't even find this in the audio list anymore, so I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. Super Property Man, good morning. Not much. Welcome in. I feel like you changed your name. Did you? Yes. Okay. I was like, I think I know you. I know you, but what was your original name? All right. So you switched your name. Gotcha. Well, I hope you are doing well this morning. Arwen says hi already, and it's only 10 after 7. My computer has a ghost. It probably does. Like, you know, like I said, all I did was plug in Sophie's camera, and my audio just completely went berserk. Oh, you added zombies to the pistol shooter? Nice. So let me find it. Is it updated on the itch page? Yes. All right. So, this done in Unity is your shooter game. Oh. I like the zombies. They move pretty good. Yeah. So this is coming along good. I like it. What? Is there one over here? There's 2 over there. Nice. Yeah, that's coming along nice. What are your plans for it? Yeah, he's working on... It's hard to get guns to be accurate with figuring out like the physics of the weapon, right? You don't have really a plan, which is fine. You're doing really well with this. Just learning the we'll just call this like a learning project, right? Learning the physics of a weapon is tough. Yeah. I think a range would be neat. Why are you guys flying? Oh. Yeah, like maybe distance. Distance. Like, so if you're doing this and you're like, oh, this could be your, like here could be 7 meters. There could be your 10 meter or like 15 meter or something like that. And then you can how like accurate you are based upon the distance as well. So like, oh, if they're like here, you should be like super accurate, right? But if they're in between the 7 and like, let's say the 15, which is the standard shooting range for a handgun, then you should have you should have pretty good accuracy, right? But anything beyond the 15 is really tough, right? Yeah, this is cool. I like it. I like that you can now pull down on the gun when you fire, right? So if you're doing this, I can't see the enemies over here, but like, if I was firing here, right, with the recoil of a automatic weapon, it automatically wants to start to go up, right? So as you're firing, you're going to lose that. So the ability to pull down while you're shooting, holding it, right? So if you're holding it and pulling down a little bit, you can help counter the recoil to it. And that's a nice touch. I'm glad you added that. Yeah, so this is doing well. I really like this project of yours. You added the brass, forgot the reverb. Yeah. Here, let me pause. Oh, I hear it. Yeah. Okay. It does sound funny. But is there one way up there? Can I get up there? I'll let it drift the camera here. There it is. There's one way up there. Oh, there's still way up there. If you shoot the bottom left corner, you can see the brass. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I like it. I don't know what I'm sure you could find the sound of brass hitting like the concrete of a shooting range or something, and that might be all right. That would probably be pretty good. But yeah, I can see what like the sound. All right. But yeah, I think that's coming. That project is coming along nice. I like this, like these things. The sound is generated. Oh, okay. So like a synth, yeah. I wonder if you could get, like, does it have prompts or any of that stuff with it when you're trying to generate it, or just like a sound thing that has like slide bars? Yeah, it's coming along nice though, man. This is cool. I like little projects. This is neat. All right, let's let me move this. We're gonna put this right here. So over the course of this past week, my game has been in closed beta, but like I said, I've had a couple different people try it. I got some feedback, and so I've been slowly working on updating it for the battle, right? So I think we'll drop in and run the game and show where I'm kind of at with it, right? Yeah, and poverty, the I have never made a realistic shooter. I've always just been either like done a top down, so it didn't really matter so much about the recoil effect, that kind of stuff. So it's neat. It's neat to see you doing that. All right, one of the things that we're going to work on today is when you talk to the brewer, the barkeep, the conversation is repeated. I'm going to try to fix that. I don't remember when I broke it, but it broke, and we're going to try to fix that. But combat, this is currently where it is. All right, so ignore AP base and DB locked, right? Let me maybe make this a little smaller on here, so you're able to see it better. Yeah. Brent, good morning. All right, I'm trying to find my notepad. There it is. All right, I've started working and fixing a whole bunch of stuff, right? So this is now where we're gonna be, right? I mean, I probably have fixed 6 items on the list last night. I hope. So, combat-wise, you now can do, when you do light attack, you can switch between your targets, right? And that was always kind of a thing. I've started adding in little numbers, right? and you'll see them float up. So you can start to see the damage that you're doing, and it's no longer a solid number, right? The player doesn't just do like 3 points of damage. Light attack, based upon the sword, is doing like between 3 to 5. You'll have a chance now for a critical, and you're going to get 6 points of damage. A heavy attack is between, I think I have 6 to 8, right? And 9 is a critical chance for a heavy attack. So I added that in, right? There's a crit, and it said crit with it. And obviously their health points are different. So you have 30 now. They have 10. They have a little bit of a range too. It's not just a solid number, but they have a little range. Defend currently does not initiate the end of turn. I fixed that. So it does not initiate the end of your turn. What is auto going for defend is when you are in the red and you get to the very end, like the maximum here, and you're super tired or whatever. So it auto creates a defend for you. I also included last night the focus values, right? So this will take us through this guy. And the number of enemies you fight is random. You'll get sometimes between 1 to 3. So it's never going to be the same number. It always should be a random event on how many you're going to fight. And I try to make it feel more natural to be able to like breeze through the rats, right? They're just rats. It shouldn't be that hard. Now, when you hit battle focus green, right? You'll have it's right here. It's floating. So it says focus +1 damage. So it's giving you a +1 damage while you're in the green. The other thing it did was it now reduces your AP cost by 1. So that is for the green. Yeah, yesterday's version was probably also at least like a week old. So all the updates that I had done most of all week weren't on that one that you played. Right? So I think it's coming along nicely. And I have it down right now. I'm going to work on it for the weekend, and then I'll put it back up for like testing so that you'll be able to have like the newest set of stuff. But like I said, when we're in the green, this is floating here. It's just sort of a little notification about it. Right, still in the green, so we still have the ability to have that. However, now it's changed. I'm in red. Focus is no longer green, and it says +1 AP cost. All your everything now costs you extra AP because you're tired. You're in the red. Yes. Yeah, what's cool on that is if you want, you could create a skill that improves your focus bonus. True. And or reduces your focused detriments. Yes. Right? So now if we want, we can use this. It'll use up all our AP, but it'll drop us all the way down to the beginning of the yellow. So the beginning of our next turn, right, we'll be back into the green, and now we can attack. And that did 12 points of damage as a critical attack. And the crit is a 10% chance to get it. Now, for testing, I have AP base, right? So we'll increase that. It now gives you 6 AP. Well, DB unlocked, it's a skill. When on my next turn, it will be available. We're going to roll, now that I have extra AP, we're going to roll some over. So end turn. Right now I have a special. So special, it highlights all 3 of them, showing that this is going to attack everything, right? We'll do that. And it attacked. The damage will fix, but oof, yeah, the damage needs fixed on the special attack. But the mechanic is down for it. And unfortunately, now we're back into the red. And I think this is where the bug was kind of coming from. I'm at the end here, right? It's maxed out. On my next turn, let's see if we survive this. I may not. Nope. And you're back here. It says, oh, what a crazy dream I just had. Glad that didn't really happen. Right? You don't lose anything. If you had a quest, you don't worry about it. If you have inventory, you don't lose any of that. So you can just come back in and get back to it, right? Now, 1 AP to open the inventory. I did not make it so it cost anything to move the inventory around, which technically it should make it so that you want to do that before you get into a battle. Make sure your quick bar is filled. But if you didn't and you're in the battle, you're like, hey, I need these moved here. It only costs you 1 AP to open the backpack and move the item, right? So now my quick bar is filled. Pressing this, as long as there's an item in it, it will switch, right? So 1, 2, and 3 here, you'll see the little yellow bar or box moving around, selecting it, right? When you select it, you press, let's say, 3, right? Then you have to hit E currently to activate it. I think I just have that as a safeguard. I don't really know how that what people think of that, right? This weekend, I want to make it so that if you highlight the person or creature or whatever up here, it will highlight which one it is, right? So you have up next, you got 3 enemies, let's say. You hover over the middle one, and it will hover or highlight the one here, so you know which one is which. Because that gets really hard when you have rats and they all look alike, right? I don't know how to adjust that, Brent. When your inventory during exhaustion, right? And currently, like I said, you select your quick row. So now you got to select that, right? Then you tell it the number you want to use. So banana. And then you have to hit E. So it's 3 steps. And I think I made it that way so you don't accidentally press 1, 2, or 3. Use an item when you didn't want to. All right. We are at the end of our red bar. If I attack, there's that auto defend. Yeah. All right, so some of the ones that we had before, let me bring them over here because I screenshot them all and save it. All right, these are some of the ones that we had before. So, utility skill, when starting battle with an empty quick slot, automatically move a food item from your inventory to the first slot. Okay. And then battle skill, increase damage bonus while in green focus. True. Reduce the red zone by 3% per skill level. Oh yeah, that would be a good one. Right, so you can it'll increase the size of the green zone, reduce the red. And maybe even reduce, yellow, so the green fills up the bar. And if you max it out, it'll be like a tiny little yellow zone and a tiny little red zone, and the whole thing would just be green. You don't think the green should be that prominent? Yeah, but I mean, when you're increase here, let me go back to the fight. So when you're increasing like this, the skill though, and maybe it does it like an activation thing, right? But you could have items that make it temporary. True. So a temporary focus boost, right? And it just it increases it. That would be good. All right, so we're going to roll these points over. Yeah, I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that damage, but we'll get it. There, that did 9 points of damage, took away that rat. Because I'm in the red, I can only do a there, but it auto did the defend for me when I hit the very max red. And I think I kind of cleaned it up, but that was sort of the bug that was happening more often than it should. So the question is, if you hit max level red, should auto defend like happen? There was that auto defend because I was all the way at the red. And it brought me back down. You don't think it should? Okay. Alright, so we're going to change defend so it does not auto trigger. Okay. Well, I don't know. It's always tough getting people's responses. What Brent said? Yeah. Poverty, what do you think? Ooh, we have a hydrate. Dark Horse, welcome in. I appreciate the hydrate. It always helps because I just sit here and drink coffee all the time and not enough water. So, hi, Sophie. And we have a Sophie treat, the first one of the day. She's like, I've been sitting here and nobody's feeding me. She's zoned in onto the treat now. All right, let's switch over real fast to our Sophie cam. There we are. I appreciate that. And, of course, Dark Horse, she appreciates it. Because remember, she is the star of the show. I'm just kind of the co-host here, you know? So, Poverty, you think in the red you should not get auto perks. So, the defend, right? That's what we're referring to right now. It does, when you hit maximum out here, it does not trigger the a defend for you. You have to be mindful and do it yourself. All right, so we put that into our notes here. That's right here. We'll change it so that it does not auto defend, like auto trigger. Okay. There. I think this has come a decent way, right? I think it's a fun battle sequence now, right? The loop. So we have 1 AP to open inventory. No cost to move things around. Right? You can move these however you want. Um, if I click this to use it, it used the item but did not give you the benefit. How do we want to work that, right? If you have the inventory open, do you want the ability to use the item from right in the bag, or only be able to move it to your quick slot to be able to use it? And yeah, I don't know. Brent, you'll be back later. You got to do a late night tutoring session again. Excellent. Are you being the tutor, or is Summer tutoring you? Either way, I hope you have a good one, and I will talk to you later. All right. Chat, thoughts about the inventory? Oh, that's right. You're tutoring your friend's daughter in game dev. Excellent. So, if you're able to open your inventory, and it costs you 1 AP, 1 action point, should you be able to use an item from inside your bag what if in the red he's hunched over like this? I'm too weak. Whoever put that, I'm too weak. That is exactly it, right? What if in the red he's hunched over and can't do much? True, right? So he's essentially tired when he's in the red. In the crude forge, good morning. Yes, you paid a wild, 1 action point. And the reason I have the action point on an inventory is logistics. So the inventory is on your backpack, like on your back, right? It takes you 1 whole action point to be able to bring it around and open the bag up to get to it. So we open it. You deserve a free usage. I mean, we can make it so that when... Right now, I can use this item, but it's not doing anything. Right? We can make it so that when this occurs, you can be able to use the item. Right? You get a free movement, right? You can move these around all you want inside the inventory, and then you can be able to use it. Right? Like that. Then, hopefully, you've moved stuff around. Or after your first initial fight, you'll realize, oh, I should keep stuff on my quick bar before I get into the battle. Right? Already, but if he drinks a Red Bull, he gets back to the green. Well, yes. Similar. It may not be a Red Bull, right? But we were talking about some items that will help you regain your focus. So, on your quick bar, you could have an item that will help reduce it. Right? So you're not losing your, 2 AP points to do a defend. I am thinking about when you use defend, it reduces the amount of damage you'll take for the remainder of that turn. Or it makes it so you don't take any damage that turn. Frog leg stew. We could do frog leg stew. There is a marsh here. Right? If you're not on here, we could use items. We have items up here, right? So we just need to make a new one here. So we have items. Let's do that. Food. Frog leg stew. And what does it do? Right? There. So now that we have frog leg stew, you can make it, we can have whatever on it. Brent, you had an idea. I'm still waiting for your student's call, so you'll type it in the whiteboard while you wait. Excellent. All right, let's intern. We're gonna fix a couple things, I think. If I run, stay away from me. All right, we're gonna fix this. The double talk here, right? Super focus from Stu. Okay. So we come back in here. Super focus. Reduces focus to start of green. How's that? Oh, the whole bar starts flashing green and yellow. Super focus. Flashes whole bar green / yellow. Whole bar counts for green till end of turn. How's that? Right? All right. You don't have to use your ideas. All the ideas are going to go into the web whiteboard, right? And we start keeping things. We start trying to figure out what sounds really good and what doesn't. But the fun part of doing this is working with chat. So working with you all on this game and coming up with ideas and pointing things in. And the NPCs are all named after people from chat, people from the local game dev group, and some friends, right? So, like your name will go into it. There. All right, you finished the idea, but you're on the call now. Okay, let's go take it out. So, idea. What if quick slot items cost 0 AP? True. Then you could also have certain items like a throwing axe that you could also equip to your quick slot bar for consumable attacks that you could do in one turn that do not cost action points. But moving the item to your quick slot costs you a point. Why is Chiptunes playing a chiptune jingle bell? What the hell? You think this would be fun and cool? All right. I mean, what if it's a skill or something, right? Gives you the ability to quick slide an item. And again, I don't know how I feel about a chiptune jingle bells on my list. I just don't. All right, I'll have to. I like the idea. I just got to we'll have to figure out how to make that work. So, I think I'm trying to think about the dialogue for a minute. So when the player line is showing, object dialogue. I'm looking for current messages. Message and plus, right? So here it's in dialogue, it's down here. Okay. If current message, this line, I think I need to add gonna do that character, but I need to draw the message better. All right. So that little block becomes current character equals 0, draw a message, right? So we have my string for the message. The current message advances. I think that's what I broke. I wasn't making it so that it advanced to the next message. Let's check it out. Poverty item that is a one-shot rains lightning down. Ooh, I like lightning. That sounds pretty cool. Where is it? It's over here somewhere, right? So let's do item. Scrolls, right? Let's do that. Scrolls. Then you could do lightning. Right? You can do lightning. Like that, right? All right, let's see if that fixed my talk here. All right, welcome and adventure, your brewer. Nice to meet you. All right, there we go. So it's advancing now. That's fixed. So now the chatting is okay. What was we wanted to make defend not do something, not trigger at the end of the red, right? Also, while I'm looking at it, the ads are going to go off in about 20-30 seconds. When they do, I'm going to take a quick be right back. I'm going to uncover Arwen, who's right behind me, and grab some more coffee. Plus, stretch my knee, because it is still black and blue, and it hurts. There are the ads. I will see everybody in a few moments. Hang tight, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Oh, and we have a dungeon. We haven't done those in a while. I like the dungeon. Someday, I want to design my own little dungeon program. So, you know, it will look like this, some sort of adventure for chat to do. I think it would be fun. I think that'd be a fun project. It may end up just being a side project that I work on, but because I think I'll build it.
I started blasting.
Started blasting.
I don't see so good, so I missed.
Yeah, I miss a lot. I think I'll build it into my current Twitch avatar app, right? So all the stuff you see running around the bottom of the screen here is my avatar app, because it has some channel point stuff already built into it. You have almost 300,000. Yeah. I need to put in more things for it, right? That may be higher cost. Everything's pretty low cost.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, yeah, I'm in danger. All right. All right. So what did we do? We fixed this, right? So now that's working pretty good. I think what we should work on next is we'll come up here, we'll go into the battle for a minute, right? Let me...
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Oh, but I do. The dark side has cookies.
Work is making me want to take a nap.
Work is making you want to take a nap. That's not very worky. That's not even a word, but you know, that's fine. All right. I think our next component is here when red gets all the way up. We don't want to make that happen, right? So let me think about that for a moment. And we have a Sophie treat. What you doing? You ready?
Hello there. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there. Another happy landing.
Here we are. Thank you for the Sophie treat. And it carried over, but I need to get the sound alerts put onto the Sophie screen. She heard that, yes. All right, we are going to try and work on this a little bit. Yes. Hello. Presto, you are a new avatar. It's a random thing. What'd you get? You are a axolotl. Yep. All right, battle player here. This part, right? So when we're going to delete it. And the same thing in the heavy. So now when we fight, and we're going to start the game again. Here, let me do a save. Let me do a quick commit. All right, commit is done. Homeless, have a happy landing. Exactly. Have a happy landing. Yeah, the Avatar program was fun, right? That took me like three months was the program. This one, right? It took me about 3 months to make, and I think I will. I'm going to start a side project and we'll start trying to work on a dungeon thing as a side project, and I'll build it into the existing Avatar app. You became a Skelly. Yes, you did. You are you're a Skelly. All right, let's do some stuff. Increase the bar all the way up. Right, so now we're in the green. Flank, good morning. You got your second mobile game in the Google Play Store. Excellent. If you have a link, I don't know how you want to show it, but you are welcome to post something like to show that. All right, we're going to end turn. We're going to go to the next turn. We're now in the red. We're going to do a special attack. All right, we're all the way at the maxed out. It should not, and it's not, having us do the auto defend anymore. So I think we're good on that. All right, where are my notes? So we fixed that, right? We're going to put that here. And this has now been updated, changed defend, so it triggers defend no longer triggers at max flow. Red flow. There we go. Okay. Oh, and NPC dialogue doubling. So we fixed that, right? NPC chat is no longer showing double. Perfect. All right. Let's our escape menu. If I hit escape right now, what does it do? It brings up the settings menu. If I have inventory open and I hit that, it just closes it. What else we got going on? Homeless Zord Wars. Excellent. So if I hit I and then hit escape, I escape. Okay. So that closes it. You found Zord Wars and you found Jesus all in the same time. That's a productive morning for you, Homeless. All right, we're inside here. If I hit escape, what does it do? He was hiding behind the stove, little rascal. You know, I kept hearing something back here, and, you know, I mean, it's good a place as any, I guess, right? All right. I don't know. I need Brent, I think. Oh, journal? Maybe it's under journal. Journal, hit escape. It is showing it. Okay. So right now the issue we have is journal opens. You press escape and settings also opens. So if I'm here, I can't hit escape needs to close the journal. Not open settings while journal is open. All right, so that is our current task, our goal here. This little couple lines here, right? We're going to try to fix that. Hi, Arwen. He's raising her foot up. She's like, hi. Hi. All right. So we have to hit J to close it. We just should make it so that escape closes everything. Right? Because if we hit escape right now, it will open this. Well, I don't know. I think all right, let's close that. Come in here. Where am I in? Player. So this activates that, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for... All right. It's not as bad of a list as I thought. I'm looking for my escape. So inside here, player step. So this is kind of what we're looking at, right? This will open up settings anytime escaped is called or pressed. Right here, this function or this if statement, right? So if keyboard pressed is our virtual key escape, if variable exists, we need to change the middle if statement. I need a check for I don't know what we're going to do here. So let's think. I'm trying to think this through. We have any menu. It should be any menu object, right? And we're probably going to have to do another little statement like right here. If should be any menu open. All right, let's think about this. I could probably do it as an if, but that's a whole bunch of if statements because I'm thinking like if object or I mean if well, let's write it out because we're going to put a whole bunch of these in here. And then okay. I think I if it's basically just going to be the same thing. Instance exist. We're going to do our object journal. Right? So we have that. And then dialogue. We have store. Oh, we needed the store as well. All right. We have journal. We're going to make this one our dialogue. And then this one is going to be our inventory store. We'll put all right, well, what if we just did this the same exact way, right? So exit, exit, let's see if I might be able to change that as well. But let's run it. All right. Kelvar, good morning. Having a bunch of if statements checking different things isn't too bad. Long series of nested ifs can be true. And I'll show you in a minute. There might be another way to write it as well. I was thinking about a switch statement, but I don't think a switch statement would work well in that means. So, but we're going to test a couple things first, right? So we hit J, we open our journal. We hit escape. J, escape. All right, so at least it's not opening, right? But we need to make that happen. So if we hit I and escape, it closes it. We open the store here and hit escape, it closes it. All right, so I think we've kind of fixed it. If I just hit escape, It is not opening the settings though. All right. So was that in settings? No. That was back here. Was it battle? No, it wasn't battle player. Player. This is it. Cover. Also, how have you been? How was your week? No, it's not. That's why I don't think it'll work well. What if I made these into like a variable and called it underscore like check, right? And then in the variable, I put like inventory store, object inventory, journal, dialog, and then did a for loop with it. And we'll say we'll do an array check, and we'll do if instance exists against the check, instance destroy it, close equals true, break. It might work. I think we'll just delete this and give it a shot. So we're going to say variable closed equals false. My week's been good. Busy. I mean, like work stuff and, recuperating a little bit from sunburn last week when I was camping. My arm, can't really see it well here. You can see the sunburn still on my arm. It's peeling here, my ears, the back of my neck a little bit. It's all right. It's doing fine. It doesn't really hurt anymore at all. What hurts is my knee that I hurt on Friday of last week. And it's just getting... It's all black and blue still. Well, not so much black and blue anymore, but it's still a little sore, especially to the touch. It doesn't affect me walking. I notice it going up the stairs a little bit, but the touch on the front of the knee really hurts. And I'm like, it'll just take a while for it to fix itself. It will. All right. So we're doing a check. We're going to make our like an array here. Whoops. Inventory store. And we're going to do object inventory and object journal and object dialog. Then we're going to make our for loop. So for, it's what? Variable I equals 0. Nope. It's that. Nope. It's that. And then I is less than our array length. And we're doing underscore check. It is I plus plus. And then we're going to say, this is that if it exists, so if instance exists, our check, whoops, underscore, if our underscore check array, if it instance will destroy our instance bind it of our array. What am I missing? I need that. Yeah. Then We can do our closed will be true. And we can do a break. All right. I think that should work. Right? Either it's going to work or I just totally wrote a whole bunch of nonsense and it won't work. Arwen thinks I wrote a bunch of nonsense. All right. We hit J, escape. That's not exactly what I wanted. So it's a bunch of nonsense, right? J. All right, we have this. J is no longer working. So inventory, escape. Inventory, escape. Our shop, we hit escape, closes it. All right, so basically journal decided not to work anymore. Let me find where I all have journal. And as long as I'm having fun, true, I have fun at this. I enjoy it. I mean, I write a whole bunch of nonsense all the time, but I mean, like, should be good. So, do I have still journal? All right. So if not instance exists, we create the journal. That's not what I wanted. All right. Let's look at our object journal, right? Because we are creating it. Whoops. Object journal. All right, so when we hit J, and I feel like it worked and then didn't work, right? So we're going to wait and get journal open here. All right. I press J and it works. I press J again and it closes. But if I hit escape, it does this. And then it won't work again, right? So I press J, and then what? We said when we press J, it opens journal. So journal, or pressing J opens the journal the first time. Pressing escape in settings, a journal closes. but settings opens. And then we have a new bug where close, escape to close. What was it? Settings, right? Then journal won't open again. So this is now our little loop area that we need to concentrate on. All right, let's think about that. Right, because I can't open journal again. I can't press J again. And I can't, oh, I can open settings though. And if I hit escape, does it open the journal again? No. That's a weird little bug that I have now created. So, in here, we press J, right? So we're in our journal now. We press our J, journal opens. What if I did, how about ESC? How many escapes do we have? Also, I heard a Sophie treat in there. Pinooch, good morning. Let's transfer this over here real quick. We'll give it to a Sophie treat. Good girl. All right. How are you this morning? How did the rest of your week go? All right. We're looking for maybe this, right? This is what happens when you press escape. This is our thing that we were trying to work before. This piece right here, right? The problem is I wrote a whole bunch of nonsense in the middle of it, and I don't, right here, right? I don't think this works at all. So maybe I need to switch it back to doing a bunch of if statements, because I know that kind of works. Possibly. Let's see. You just woke up. You had a good week, though. Excellent. My week's going well. Just been work stuff. Dealing with like peeling skin from sunburn, and my knee was fine for most of the week, but now like I don't know, the black and blue mark is starting to bother my knee a bit. So, but you know, that's all right. It'll be fine. I just have to be careful today. So today I have a friend coming over. We're going to work on one of the Jeeps and do some refrigerant removal, AC refill, that kind of stuff. And I'm swapping out the AC compressor. Ever watch Austin Powers? Oh yeah, I've watched Austin Powers. It's been a while, but I have. That was a funny movie. Goldfinger, yes. stuck here. I think I need to set a guard against it, right? So right now, the being closed gets lost in here. Settings creation isn't, it's not really guarded against the check. All right, let me take out journal from here. I'm going to do something different. We're going to write some new bad code, and we're going to try to make it work. Because I think I can do a if it's closed, not closed, if statement, and if it's closed and instance exists with our journal. Yeah, so I got distracted. But what I was saying was I'm going to be working on the Jeep today, and I have a friend coming over that's going to hang out and work on it with me. As long as I don't put a lot of pressure on my knee, trying to go underneath the Jeep to work on stuff, I should be fine. Nothing beats new bad code. Exactly, right? I have ideas, so we're going to write stuff, and we're going to see if it works. If it works, then it's new good code. But if it doesn't work, then yes, it's going to be new bad code, and we'll have to fix that. But, it's just kind of part of my learning process is I have to write the code that is in my head, and we'll see if it works. Right? It's my idea. It's my idea, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so we have our object journal, journal open, and we're going to say false. And then the bottom part of this should be closed equals true, and that should be our check. All right. There. Now we're going to run it. No. Wait. We only covered the beginning part of that. Let's run it. Let's test it and see what happens. I think I need to put a check into the into pressing J, right? So the issue might be, so we have it. I can press it and it works. But if it's open and I hit escape to close it, it opens this, and then I close this, and oh wait, it fixed it. What? It's not. J. All right. Well, that kind of worked. I'm trying to think about why it worked, but maybe I shouldn't worry about that because that gives me a headache. It works. So we need to originally go back to what is wrong and try to fix that. But the initial part of it is okay. Right. Hamster, good morning. How are you doing today? Welcome to Coding Badly So I'm putting in code to try to make something work, and it either fixes it and it's good code, or it doesn't and it's bad code, and then we fix the bad code. It's just kind of how my brain is this morning, I guess, right? So we hit J, it opens this. Well, we the problem is now when I hit escape, it just opens, it closes that. But then it I don't even know. We close it, and it's auto opening the settings here, right? So it opens the settings, and then you gotta hit escape to close again. But it shouldn't be doing that. So all right, let's close it for a minute. This is what I have for escape, right? When we press escape with it. So it's only with the journal. Oops, I should double check that. Make sure I didn't break it for the other stuff. Right now, it works fine for inventory, the store. So, there we are. If I hit inventory and I hit escape, it just closes it. Doesn't really do much, right? And if I come into here to talk, and we come in here, and I hit escape, it just closes it. But J and escape don't mix. So the journal does not like that. And I think, let me go back to journal. I think I need to do a check for pressing escape here. Right? So my idea is if I do almost the exact same thing, if keyboard check press, then we're going to say our VK escape key, VK escape. And then we're going to do if, I'm going to write it out. Then we'll figure out if there's a better way to write this. Journal open is false. Global escape zoom from frame is true. Then we'll exit. All right. That's my idea. Right? But, so, I think it's processing it independently. So this is hopefully going to be able to stop that. In project here in the escape, I need to do this as well. Escape this equals true. All right. Let's run it. So that should reset the flag each time, basically every frame, right? So it should say if this is being pressed to ignore it. Let's run it and see what kind of crap I just spewed out. All right, OBS sees this. OBS sees it. So we hit J, and then we hit escape. Ooh, okay. So we have J. We can press J to close, or J and escape to close. Hit I, escape. I, yep. Okay, so everything is working except I can't open the settings menu. By pressing escape anymore. Escape is pretty much the settings menu for it, right? For games. Like, shouldn't have it on another button or something. I'm pretty sure escape is that for most games. But all right, so well, I mean, I'm going to take a win and say the problem we had is that's fixed. You press escape to pause, then you have a settings as an option. I mean, that kind of does this, right? They're not paused, they're still moving. Well, I think I need to tell it if it's closed like this, right? So I need to say if not closed and instance does not exist of it, then we create it. So I think that should do it. I was putting in checks on everything else, right, with the closed, and I need it so that the settings part is doing that check. So now that these are both here, so if this is true, it will open this, right? So if both in what's the term for it? If both or equation part, what the hell? My brain just stopped. If both parts of these, so if this and this is true, then it'll do this. All right. I think that should fix it, but let's check it. All right. J, escape, escape. Dang. Well, That was a good thought. But but it's not working. So what if it's the issues with the global, right? I'm telling if it's already true. But maybe it needs to be not true and be set to false. Let me think about that. Journal. We're checking. I'm kind of guessing. Yeah, so this, I think we just made it false, right? If it's false, check for these. Okay, let's just run it. Hi, Sophie. It's not time yet. No. All right. Pressing J, hitting oh, okay. So it needs to be false to open the menu, but it what? That is weird, right? We changed that so that it says false, but on here, when we hit this, it'll open. Oh. Let me try to grasp my head around what is going on. When I have global escape consumed, this frame is false. Pressing escape by itself, right, will open the settings. But it's making it so if we hit J, right, so we have a journal and we hit escape, it closes the journal and then reopens settings on its own. And if we made it true, it blocks the escape from working, right? I think I have it in the wrong place. This. I don't think it should be in the thing there. We're going to put it out here. Ads are going to go off in about a minute. when they do, I will take a be right back. I guess it's already been an hour, and grab some more coffee, and we'll get back to it. But I moved this, right? So I took it out of here because maybe my idea was I was partly correct. I don't think it needs to be inside the actual thing. I think it just needs to be in the step event. So we're going to try it. J, escape. Escape. All right. That doesn't work either. But, well, that is incorrect too. Who knew that this was so tough? All right. As we're here, I'm going to take a quick, I'll take a be right back, and I will see everybody shortly. Grab some coffee, get up, stretch, do what you need to, and I will see you soon. Alrighty. I'm back. Who knew pressing escape would be such a oddity, right? Alright. Let's close this. I wonder if I have conflict in ones. I wonder how many times I wrote this. Only a couple. So, journal step, which is true, so that's okay. Then we have, that's true. And player step, we're saying false here. And Sophie treat. Who was that? Homeless. Thank you for the Sophie treat. She appreciates it. Right? Here she is, her tongue hanging out because she is super excited. And that's Sophie for you, right? So, see it again here. Once, twice. I have it here. Oh, that's the 11 one. Okay. Then, what is this one? I have it at the bottom. Homeless, you waited patiently for your turn to give her one. She's been getting a bunch today. True. I forget what I set it to, but there is a max. Like, it won't do it more than so many times per stream. I have it twice, Homeless. I got this global escape consume this frame set to false here and at the top. I don't think I need both. We're gonna get rid of the one at the top because that way right, we're gonna get rid of this one. I wonder if I need to set the flag to be, well, we're gonna run it first, but I'm already second guessing where I need this. I wonder if I just need a begin step event. All right. We hit J, press escape. Oh wait, we hit J, press escape. We hit escape. Was that it? It was just because I had a duplicate? Chat, I think we fixed it. My guesswork solved it. So we're going to commit this one because it's working now, right? All right. I don't fully understand why it works, but it works, right? I think it was because I had a duplicate. Basically, it was setting it at the beginning of the step event and then like undoing what I did at the beginning at the end. So now with only one of them, it runs proper, right? So we're able to hit J. You can hit escape. It does not open the settings menu. If I hit settings, it opens it and closes it. If I have inventory open and hit escape, it'll close it. All right. We've made some good progress there. Oh, and Hamster, you probably haven't seen it. I'm going to show you the current attack stuff, right? Let me clean up my screen here a little bit. All right. This is kind of it, right? So we have action points, our focus, right? So we use action points. We can select which enemy we want. We hit E to use the heavy attack that I had selected. We can choose a light attack. I'm out of action points, so then I have to end my turn. I'm in the green for focus. And it now says hovering right here. Focus, +1 damage, and I needed to also say AP action points. It's hard to read. Yeah. I could probably pick better colors. But focus +1 damage. Outline it. Ooh. Wonder how. I don't know how to. Oh wait, I could do a shadow under it. Yes. So let me think about that. We can close the journal. We fixed that. We can close our dialogue because we fixed that. Battle menu. Let's think about this. Hold on. I may have to look where I put it. Battle focus. Focus +1 damage. Yes. Let's do this. Let's put it underneath it, right? But we're gonna say DB. Let's just say C black. I can do a short for a loop. Yep. Whiteboard's up and running. Are you winning, son? Yes, we're winning. It's there. So we'll say C black, right? We have focus, and then this needs to be +1. Oh, right here. Oh, black, 1 pixel outline. Okay, well, let me move that up here. Let me write that in here. So black, and then we'll fix it, right? Draw set, color, C_black. For all right. That's a for loop inside a for loop. That's fancy. So I'm just writing it first, and then we'll review it while it's in code. And since I have my whiteboard open, it blocks the screen for a moment. So, oh wait, I can turn that off so we can see the code. Yeah, right here. All right. YY plus plus. I have never used this like this. If XX equals 0, double pipe equal 0. This is like some advanced stuff. Draw text. All right. Number underscore Y plus YY number. All right. So that is what we got, right? I know how to do like a shadow line, which is basically offsetting it like this. But I've never... Okay, so it needs to match my stuff here. We have variable px, which is my x, and our y. So yy, this should be variable px. So this needs to be up here, right? CamX px. I need to figure out xx. So it should not be the same thing as this. All right. Okay. Keep XX. I don't have those defined anywhere though, but it should be all right. It should automatically take it. Num-x and num-y though. Those need changed. Right? So number x that should be the p that should be the px and the py. So px py and number. What are we using for like the number? Let me think about that. Number is the value. So we can just say like the value of how big it is. So if we set it to like 1, it's like 1 pixel value, like that. Like here, yeah. Yeah, right here. I have not come back through to make that into this. So because these are different sizes. Let's say number F equals 0.9. Number DMG equals 0.8. All right. Then we'll do, I guess I could do just done NUM, but that's all right, whatever. We'll copy this. And that way I don't have magic numbers everywhere. I have one variable that has the number to it. Okay. So now you should add a variable focus num equals focus. That all right, what am I doing? So now I should add a variable focus. All right, we'll put that up here. Focus num. Oh, never mind. Oh, I see. Well, what I did was I create two variables, right? And I made number F for focus number and replaced it here. So there's no more magic numbers inside this. They're just up here. And then I have damage number right there. So now, yeah, it's outlining focus net for right now, right? Because right now this should be set to number F, which is focus. Hopefully, I think. I'm not entirely sure how this connects to this, but I got it. No, it's not. Shit. It's the same size as the focus, though. So we got that. We have that. All right. It's the same size as the focus. Let me get out the shadow that I was making. And stinkiness. Click on the word focus. Okay. All right. Move my output when, oh. Does that help? Oh, I see. So now, all right, so we have this with, it should draw it on this because it's above it, right? Ouch. And for this, Should this be separate or inside the if statement for this part? Okay. Well, all right. If I click on this, the help down in the bottom of the window should. Oh, I just closed it. The help. I have a help. Well, wait. What? I don't. I'm all confused. What do you mean help? I have a help down here. I don't have a help. And clicking on this doesn't like do anything. So this, I still think this should be inside of this here so that it applies to this. Right? Okay. So let me start with that. All right, now we have black outline set inside the if statement for the flow, right? And it will then apply itself to this. And then I need to do the same thing for this set. Like that. See the whiteboard. Oh, see the whiteboard. I don't have that. How do you have that stuff at the bottom of your screen? Do I need to turn that on somewhere? Nope. Yeah, all right. So let's say I highlight this. But this down here doesn't show me like the stuff you have. I have no idea. Okay, I'm on Code Editor 2. Well, that's my button. Yeah, I don't see what you had there. But I mean, I can figure out. We'll figure that out later, I guess. All right. So what I have is the top part is like this now, right? We have the black outline inside the if statement for here. And that should apply it to both of these. Then we have it in the else statement here, and that should apply it to these two. Right? Oh, you're adding more. Oh, I see. You're in code editor 1. I gotcha. Yeah, totally different version. I'm in, is it preferences? I'm on code editor 2 beta. Because I like everything in one column. Because I like also this, and I can see my code here. Right, so I like this. And it's all in one column, not split out. Yeah, that's probably why I have it different. That's all. Probably. Let's hold on, let me put my screen back to the way it was. Let's go to File, Preferences, Code Editor 2. All right, these are my options. Editor view. Not really sure what I'm looking for though. Help. Overall. Sticky headers. White? No, I don't want white space. Editing. It's all pretty much on. Is it parameter tooltip? I mean, I can try it. Let me turn that on. So, always show parameter tooltip when text cursor is inside a function call argument. It needs to be inside a function. So maybe that's not what I'm looking for. Like this. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so draw text transformed. We're inside here. All right, so it down on the bottom row that it shows for you, it says draw text informed X, Y string, X scale, Y scale, right? That's this right here at the top of this. That's right here. Yeah, you have the whole line highlighted. But when I click on focus, I mean, it shows me everything that's supposed to be in there. Right? And if I click on here, back here, it will show me all the stuff that needs to be in it. Anyway, what was the info? I don't even remember why we started on this. What were we doing? What were we looking at? So the problem I think I will see is it's going to work for this, right? So draw black, color black, are 4 loops. The outline is only going to work for this because of the number sizing. It's going to be, I need another one. I need this for each one, right? So essentially it's going to be 4 of them in here because I need it for the focus and I need it for AP1 cost. And I'm going to add another line in. So it will, I'll need it for that, right? So you normally use draw text and apply the string outside of the draw text. Oh, I mean, like you use it as a variable, right? And you use this, you set this as a variable. That's all. Exactly. That's what we were shooting for. You need to outline focus, but it's inside draw. Oh, I need to put that in. Okay. So if we need that in it, no, that's not going to work, right? I can't do a string like that. All right. So, I'm just going to do this for a moment. Okay. And since I needed a whole new one of these anyways. This is +1, there. All right, so let me think about this now. Draw set color black works with this or this. Hi. And the stray you feed is looking pretty rough. Yeah. Ooh. It's mostly healed up though. Well, that's good. I mean, never know. It could have been got in a fight. Oh, a coyote? I mean, it could be. I didn't know. I guess you have coyotes there. I'm not really sure where you are. But, yeah, it could have been. We have lots of coyotes here. Southern coyote? Yeah. Yeah, definitely out there. Yeah, we have lots of the coyotes here. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, we have coyotes. There are some, like, mountain lions around. Not a whole lot. But there are some. There's some bears, but mostly closer to the mountain. Not so much this way. Like, they mostly just stick a little more north of the city. Occasionally, they wander down. All right. I'm going to run this because I want to see what this does in the order that I have it right now. Not that I expect it to work. Hold on, that doesn't... Okay, that matches up. All right. Yeah, we've been out... Like, coyotes will run right next to the house here. We've been out a couple times, and Sophie definitely is. We have seen one, but she smells them mostly. The ones that we have here, and I don't know about Southern California, but the ones we have here they're smaller, so they're a lot smaller than she is. Bobcats, yeah, that's the other one. All right, let's get into focus. Well, that isn't working the way I was thinking it was going to work. It's not really outlining it, because I need to get it into it so it identifies the word focus better. The Roadrunners? Yeah, we have Roadrunners. Those are neat. Little tail goes straight up. They don't go meep meep, though. Beep beep. They don't go beep beep. Sadly. Yeah, I'm outlining the focus, not the word. All right. We're getting there. One thing at a time. It's new stuff. New stuff. Never done an outline before. I've always done like a shadow. Where was it? In here? Where the hell was I? Battle player. That's where I was. Okay, so we're outlining the number. Draw text. I'm drawing the number. This should be the string. For it. So, yeah, that is the problem. You have it outlining the actual number, not focus. So, draw text this EXBY with that. Let's take a look at it. But we're going to turn off. I just want to see the top one. I just want to see focus for a minute. Why don't you like that? Yeah, that one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. So you don't like this one? Draw a line. Oh shit. All right. What the hell? If I turn this back on, it works fine. Okay, so it wants for loop if that should be closed off. Oh, I don't have this one. That's the one I need. This one. And you need tabbed in so I can see that better. All right. We should only see the word focus now. We shouldn't see the other stuff, so that way we can check it. Okay. Focus. Like that. How's that look? I think we're getting it, hamster. We're getting it. I think it's better, right? So let me put it, I don't know how well you can see it. I'm going to put that in here. We'll put it up here so you can see it. It's inside the, where is that browser? There. I stuck it like up here on the, in here so you can see it. But I think it's, I mean, it's 1 pixel though. All right, let's fine tune it. What was that in? Battle Player. All right. So Battle Player was still showing the swamp green, and we had the outline behind it. I wonder if I need to do some sort of spacing between the letters a little bit more, or what? But it looks like it's more than 1 pixel all the way around it. Like the edges on the F and over here. Hold on 1 moment. I got somebody at the door. Okay. I'm back. Jeepin. This is your fault, Jeepin. Yeah, I had to sign for the packages. Yes. Sophie's excited because I had to sign for it. And it's what packages? Well, it's the dog stuff. Yeah, it was Chewy. I had to sign for the Chewy packages again. What? I know. It's ridiculous. But of course, they didn't bring up the packages to the door. They wanted me to sign for them before they brought them up. And I was like, I don't even know if is it for me? Like, is it for us? I'm not, it's just random stuff. But yeah, they were like, oh, here it is. It's a Chewy box. I was like, that's so stupid. But it's FedEx. They are the ones that make everybody sign for stuff. Ridiculous. I know. It is. Okay, so Hamster, sorry to I interrupted you there with all this with the packages needing signatures for the dog like food, right? You wrote it up on the whiteboard. Oh, down here. Bottom one. That should be it right here. Yeah. Okay. So we need to fine tune it a little bit. Oh, I see. Okay, so we have variable header focus is the word focus. You got to go clean an IDF. All right. I appreciate you being here, Jeepin. I'm not going to be on too much longer because I want to prep and clean up the garage so that when my friend gets here, we can work on the Jeep and start messing around, right? But, okay, so we have header focus, and header focus equals focus. All right, let's do that. Variable header focus equals our string of focus, right? So now I made a mistake. What did I do? Kelvar, so you order some food with Grubhub, ping that the delivery was made, nothing at the door. Look at the picture with the delivery, 3 houses down with the wrong house number clearly in the photo. True. Okay, Grubhub. Ridiculous. It went away. Absolutely ridiculous. Grubhub. Same thing with whatever the other one is. They will, if they have 2 deliveries with them, sometimes they'll drop them both off at somebody's house. We are the first house in a row of a couple, and they won't walk past ours to get to the other house. They'll just stop where we are and drop the stuff off here and take the photo and leave. It's ridiculous. Also, we have caught Grubhub drivers taking our drinks and drinking them as they go past and not delivering the drinks. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. We're back on. So we have header focus, which we added right here. Oh, you can't see that. Let me do this. Okay. So you've had a problem with Amazon delivering your packages to other addresses. We don't have so much Amazon messing up, although they mess up, but like we don't have a big problem with them. It's the food delivery places that are ridiculous. Yeah, they're usually pretty good. Occasionally, especially during near the holidays, the drivers will not try to find your house. So we're in like a townhouse complex, right? They will not try to find our place. They would just drop everything in front of the leasing office. It doesn't matter the time, whatever it is. They just drop them all in front of the door and then take a photo of it and walk away. And everybody's package is all in a big giant pile. We've had that. All right, let's place that. We're going to replace that. There. All right. So now that we have those two, we're going to get this one nice. Kelmar, you usually suspect they steal drinks. Yes, they absolutely steal the drinks, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, right? Trisp, good morning or afternoon. Something like that. You're running super late, but you got me up. I appreciate it. Go do your stuff. I know you got to get going on it, so I appreciate you being here. Right, Sophie? All right. So now we swapped out the header focus with the name focus, right? We have... Well, instead of white number, this is our... we're going to say this is our green number, right? Swamp green. But, so now we have those two, right? BX header focus. We need to numbers for adjustments. Oh, I see. I feel like that's a lot of math for me to figure out. Also, ads are about to go off again. We're going to continue working through it a little bit. Yeah. I normally take a break on ads, but we're not on this one. So, we need it to be an adjustment, right? So this PX number and plus XX here needs to be adjusted for size. And our PX is this. Well, that's a lot. I am looking up what it was that was. Okay. Deliveries. So the one thing that does mess up with Amazon deliveries is their timing, right? They say something will be here like Wednesday. It shows up like 3 days early. You're like, What the hell? Yeah, once it's done, I think the idea of the outline will be really good because there's lots of places that I do have that occurring, like the numbers that are going up during the damage. So we just need to get it so that it works. I need to reduce it a little bit, not by much. I'm not sure how to get that right. That's all. And I wonder, all right, so we have it at 0.09 for this. I wonder if we should really set it to after header focus, put our numbers after it. So it matches this. And maybe just make it, or we can say 0.10. So it's 1 pixel bigger than it. Because right now, what does it look like? Right now, it's pretty close. But it just needs a little better. Or we can make this 0.10 to make it slightly bigger anyways. Right. Let's just run it. Let me see what that looks like. Also, ads are over, so welcome back, everyone. I didn't really get anything done. I was just babbling. All right. All right, that was not cool. That does not look good. Just kidding. We're going to go back in here and set that back down to 0.9 and run it again. And it might be, yeah. I want to see if it was just because I changed the number and maybe I messed it up. Okay, so it's back. I think I know what I did. All right, so we're going to come in here. It needs to be just 1. And let's try it with that. Brent, you're back from tutoring. Excellent. We are trying to make this a little cleaner. So this is a good time. I'm glad you're here. To do this, right? So let's come in here. There. That might be a little better. Right? We're working on an outline around where it says focus. And once I get this working, I'm going to apply it to all the other text that shows up on the screen so that it's visible. Right, so that shows a little more clear. But I like it here, and it may have just been the size that I was trying to draw it at. But this, I think, looks pretty good. bring it lower. No. We were setting the black outline on it. Where it says focus. Like right here. We were just focusing on the outline. Also, I fixed the double NPC talking, so it's all the same thing. I also fixed using escape, so now you can open an inventory, journal, settings, and hit escape. It will close it without reopening settings, so that's been fixed. And defend does not auto trigger when the focus bar hits the end of the red. So all three of things of those have been fixed. Right. And that's this. So we're going to close it, and I'll show you what we did here. This is Hamster's black outline. So this is it right here, right? And it adds the outline to the word which we have for focus. So if you mouse up over next endings, does it draw? Not yet. It will. I'm either going to work on that tonight after I'm done working on the Jeeps, or I'll get it tomorrow on stream. I'll probably get it. Well, we'll see. It may be later today. I want to also try to get in some game time today. I got all kinds of stuff I want to do. But I had to wait for another part tool. Yes, consumable. Wait, what? Consumable attack items. Oh, yeah. So we need to work on that, right? So I don't know how to do that. Like what the best way, I should say, right? So we'll come in, we'll just go down here to fight. I think you open the inventory, it costs you 1 point. You can move items freely between them, right? You can hit escape and it'll close that. But now, if I use an item, it costs you an action point. And the reason it costs you 1 is because you still have to take the action of pulling it off your belt. I mean, what if we just made it so that quick action items are just free? Right? No other cost anywhere. Like, you open the inventory, you can do all this stuff, and it'll cost you 1, right? To do what you need in here, and then you can close it and use the quick items here. If quick items were free and you stack them, it is that you can throw 100 attacks per turn if you have 100 axes. True. That would be the only downside. If you have like a throwing knife or throwing axe as an item. We'll have to think about that, right? Or what if it does it in a burst? You get maybe it still costs 1 action point to use this, but you get a burst of an item like a throwing axe because it'll have the effect to it, right? Or whatever. You throw the axe or the knife, and it does a burst of like 3. Throws 3 real quick. Then if you want to do it again, it'll cost you another action point to throw 3 more. You'll be right back. Another call. Okay, no problem. But I think that might work for something like this. And I'm sorry. I think that outlining looks really good now. I think it's much better than when it was first implemented into here. So I like it. Looks good. So what I want to do now, we're going to close that, and we're going to come back here to look. Is I'm going to I'll work on this at some point later today. And implement the outline on each one of these, probably one at a time. Then I want to implement the outline onto the text that shows up on the damage numbers around, like when you get attacked or when you attack, right? Because those are hard to see as well. So like these numbers that will show up here like that, right? That number, it blends in a little bit. But I like how focus is looking right here. So now you are in focus. I think that's looking pretty good. It's a little dull, and maybe I'll change the green to match the focus green. And I think with the black outline, it'll look good. I think so. But I think that's it for today. It's about 10:15. I have maybe about an hour to organize the garage a bit before my friend comes over so that we can work on the Jeep. And I need to get the just some stuff organized in there. Yeah, I think it works. Yeah, so I think it works, and it looks good. And like I said, I may change it so the green matches the battle focus green, and it'll look good with the black background. Yeah, I think I'll try and maybe work on that later. And then later today, hopefully, I'm going to try to implement one by one and make it so that each one looks pretty good. Yeah, the a bit brighter text would probably help. And so I'll match it, right? So I'll use this green that I have up here for the battle focus to match inside here. And I think that'll be good. But overall, we accomplished a decent amount today, and I think it's good, right? I think it's really good stuff. I'm glad we were able to get it done, and we'll continue. We'll see what I can get done later today. If I can, I want to make it so that the mouse over on up next is going to highlight which enemy it is. But if I don't get that today, we'll try working on that tomorrow during stream. So, with that being said, we need to find someone to roll out to. Because now the rest of the day is a mixture of me working on the Jeep and trying to get some game time in. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. There we go. But I think that looks really good. So I think it's coming along nicely. Hamster, if you are interested, I will reach out to you and get you access into this beta, right? And you can test it out anytime, see what you think and feel of the actual gameplay doing it yourself. So if you're interested, I can reach out on to you about it, and we'll go from there. Usually I activate it at the beginning of the week. You spend all week on the current version, and then I try to fine-tune it on the weekends. Yeah, so it's on an itch page, and it's browser play. You don't have to worry about downloading or doing any of that stuff. I just give you access to the itch page. But we need to see who's on. Let's mute that. I don't. Well, I see a couple people on. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. But I think, let's see what he's doing real quick. Yeah, we're going to, oh, he's playing a game. I don't want that. Let's find a dev. Who's working on a game today? Everybody wants to play a game today. All right. I got one. All right, folks. Oh, it does not allow raids. What the hell? Why would you not allow a raid? Well, people are being a pain today. First one was like follow only chat. Next one was not allowing raids. Here we go. Let's give this a third try, right? And go from there. And let me just make sure he's still there. Yep. All right. We're going to head out. We're going to visit Acrylic Pixel, say hi to them, see what they're working on. I appreciate everyone for being here. And here, let's switch over. I appreciate everyone for being here. Tomorrow, same digital time, same digital place, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. We'll continue working on this and see what we can get done tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to work on it a little bit tonight, but we shall see. Anyways, let's go ahead and say hi to Acrylic Pixel, check out the game that he's working on, and I hope everybody has a great day. I will talk to you all later. Bye now.